Hello everyone, welcome to the Amplify Your Voice podcast where we meet with policymakers, stakeholders and also young emerging organizations advancing SRHR and family planning initiatives through advocacy and programs in Nigeria.
Pavilion for the 8th Nigeria Family Planning Conference. And today we have a very important guest at the studio. Yes, you're welcome to Fireside Chat. Yes, could you tell us your name?
So my name is Samu Dude. I'm the Executive Director for FP 2030. I lead a global family planning partnership that seeks to build solidarity around the globe to accelerate progress around family planning, sexual reproductive health and rights, and in the peculiar is contraception access amongst all people in the world.
Oh, that's good to know. And particularly, thank you for the great work you do at FP 2030 and even beyond. So, the question that we have for you, looking back on your career, because you are very successful in your career, what do you consider your most significant contribution to the field of family planning?
So, it's the knowledge, it's the background, it's everything that you know makes a career, right? And I wouldn't say I have been successful because my singular mission at FP 2030 is to make sure that we leave no stone unturned, that every young person everywhere has access to the much needed contraception. You know why? Because once you get contraception, it opens a whole lot of opportunities. The trajectory of your life actually changes when you can decide if and when and how many children you want to have. Because when you have a pregnancy that is not intended, things start to change in your life. And we know that the trajectory of your career, when you enter the workforce, actually changes. So for me, I think I would say I'm not yet successful because today we still have 280 million people globally who still have unmet need for family planning. And amongst those, we've got majority of young people.
Thank you very much. I particularly like the fact that you mentioned that, we see you as someone who is successful, but it also shows you're passionate about the work you do, saying that you're not successful until you meet the goals, and then talk about the 280 million people that you mentioned. So thank you so much for being passionate about this, but not just being passionate, but for also pushing for action and walking the talk. You're not just talking, but you're also acting on this. Thank you. So to the next question, what advice would you give to younger professionals just starting out for their careers and family planning?
I think first you want to learn. You want to learn and understand what is it that works. Then you want to learn and understand why something that we know works is not working, and understand and maybe looking at the current architecture of family planning, who is leading the call? Who is missing from the room? And when you have understood that, you have equipped yourself with the knowledge, you have equipped yourself with the network, you have equipped yourself with the tools, you need to go all in. I think, you know what? Family planning is one sector where you cannot do it half-heartedly. You need to go all in. You need to show up. And at times they will say, you are annoying. Show up anyway. At times they will say, you are too young. Show up anyway. At times they will say, you are not as educated around family. You don't know what to show up anyway. Yeah. Show up until the problem is solved.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. So even as me, as a young person, I feel very much empowered by that. Because when people say, you're too young, you're too old, and then having both of us sit here, you're from the older generation, and I'm a young person, and so when people tell me I'm too young, I say, no, I'm going to show up. And for people like you, they say, no, we're not too old, we're still going to show up.
Exactly.
Thank you. So one final question. How did you become so passionate about family planning, and what drives you? Do you have like a story around it when you were growing up? What is it that pushed you into advocating for family planning?
Do you know what? I am the firstborn of 8 siblings. I love all my siblings, and I love them to bits. But I was looking at my mother growing up, the choices that she had to make, and I was like, this is not the life that I really want for myself. So I had one. I've got one daughter. She's 18 now. And I said, I want to do more with my life. I want to be able to travel the world. I want to have the job that I want. I want to be able to afford the things that I want. I want to be able to do more than just be, like produce and have children. So I made that conscious decision that I wanted to do more with my life. That's my personal story. But the passion comes from the very service that we are delivering. Family planning transforms lives. The narrative has shifted from family planning saves mothers, etc. We are not here to just survive.
Yes.
We're not just here to live. We are here to thrive. And for you to
Yes.
thrive, you need to be able to make decisions about your reproductive autonomy. And
Yes.
that includes contraception decisions and family planning choices. That's why I'm passionate. And lastly, before I go, for Africa to really move and change its trajectory, I know the ingredient that we really need is family planning for its people, family planning for its women.
And so thank you so much. The ingredient is family planning for everyone. Thank you so much, Samu, for
Thank
stopping by at the Fireside Chat. Thank you.